Well, 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 friends. What do we have here? It's not on my shoulder. All the weight is to my hips. Isn't that cool? One of you told me about this in the comments. It's called the Ergo rig, and it takes the weight from your shoulder, puts it to your hips, and that way you can shoulder rig for a long time. And I love that idea because I love shoulder rigging, but I hate it when my whole shoulder hurts. And even though my camera setup isn't that heavy, I don't know, I feel like I have a delicate spine or something. So we just got this. It just came in like an hour or two ago, and we have an event tomorrow to film, and I'm super excited to try this out. So at the beginning of the event, we're gonna have booths and people interacting at the booths with kids, and so I think in the beginning of the event, I'm gonna be getting lots of shoulder-mounted shots because I like to see people's faces and interactions and reactions from eye level. And then I'm thinking in the second section of the event, I'll use this to get crowd reactions from the event. We've got a wide shot going, and this one I can focus on people in the crowd. And this holds all the weight. Basically works like easy rig. And it's quite stable, as you would imagine, because there's quite a few points of contact, and it's tucked under my shoulder, or under my arm, so that should be cool. And if we need to get really low, we can even drop it down. If there's some really small kids, we can go down real low. So that could be kind of cool. Anyways, I really appreciate those of you who told me about this. Let's give it a try. Is it better? Let's see how we feel at the end of a long shoot day. And does this cord just totally annoy me? Or do I not care at all? Let's go see. What's your new favorite word? Yes or no?
No.
Just arrived, and we're an hour early. And that's everything. I think I'm gonna have to just carry this on me. I don't really want it falling off, so just pop it on. So this is kind of the space we're working with. There's tables out there on the left and right. Tables in here, there'll be a lot of interaction happening in here. Most of all our B-roll is gonna be in here. And then that is where the event is gonna happen. So 2 hours in here, 1 hour over here. And then at the end of the event, they're gonna wanna do interviews with a step and repeat. So this backdrop branding, they're saying, it seems like they wanna do it in this room. We could do it there, we could do it here. So we're gonna do it here, set up, and then put everything behind this step and repeat. And then when it's time to do interviews, pull everything out because that will be an eyesore otherwise. My camera looks goofy with this thing on top. I turn this thing on. I'm gonna connect it to my iPhone so that way I can check the framing. This is what it looks like. And then we'll have the presenter stand, the questioner stand right here and ask questions. And I think it'll work great. It's like I was never here. All right, now let's set up for this area. This is gonna be the camera in the back of the room. This is what our wide shot is looking like. Got it FX30 rigged up here. Not even fully zoomed in. We're probably at we're at about 40 millimeters times 1.5. We've got XLR going straight into the camera with this XLR adapter. It's sounding good. So this will be our wide safe shot. All right, we are set up, ready to roll, and there's still an hour and a half before the event starts. So I really like that. No pressure. I had the time to get ready that I needed. It's nice.
I mean, unless you prefer that here.
This particular setup is something I'm really interested in. Hip shooting people at tables. This is at 135 on my Super 35 lens, so it's about 200 millimeters. Handheld no stabilization. I put some Velcro on this tube, so I can just pop it on here for storage, and it won't go anywhere. Just got some lower establishing shots here. I'm gonna try going across the street, but there's the sign and there's some sun flare up there, which is cool, but no problem holding the camera here for a little while. Also did some shots establishing the area for my shoulder, did some movement up and down, and so much easier. I sometimes like establishing shots from the shoulder, but usually it's pretty painful holding it like at an angle like that, or like, you know, mainly like that. And I was doing like that, but it was no problem. I could hold that for a while. I was mainly feeling it in my like chest, like my abs right here. So that's pretty cool. Usually I could hold a shot like that maybe 15 seconds, but I feel like I could hold it a few minutes here. Gonna walk across the street and get a little wider on our establishing shots. This might look nicer. Geez, you still can't really see the building from here. All right, well, we'll get it. We have the time to get it, so we'll get it. I like variety in establishing shots. Not the biggest fan of that look. You kind of need to be closer to the building to see it. There's just too many trees blocking it. Okay, I'm really excited. I think we got our establishing shot. Check this out. Woo! That may be it. That was me holding it like this and just swaying with it. Getting some more establishing shots of people walking down here. Looks nice and pretty. Transitioning to the live event, time to set up this camera. So far, I'm feeling good.
Downtown has history.
All this upsized equipment. Well, with a smart panel, almost never an occasion where every single California that are not by the power lines, they're good. Those are good trees, which keeps people on out of power for 2 weeks.
All right, event's wrapping. Let's go set this booth up. The lighting is definitely changed here. So we'll just adapt to this. Yeah, make it work. All right, everything's up. Boom mic's up. That's up. Now we just need to tweak the lighting because things have changed.
College to work for someone else.
Benefit of society. And on top of that,
Just helps so much, and they're all competitive against each other. Lose that outside of Calston.
All right, interview's all wrapped. Got some food. We're gonna tear this all down. Okay. There we go. It's 4 o'clock and it's time for lunch. They gave me some leftovers, which I appreciate. Okay. Concluding thoughts on the Ergo rig. How do I feel? I feel no pain at all for shooting. The camera, which is about like 14 pounds, was on my shoulder for, I think it was about 3.5 hours. Yeah, 3.5 hours. It was on my shoulder for 3.5 hours. On my shoulder or in the sling, I feel no pain. I do feel pain, but that is from a workout I did yesterday, and I was feeling that this morning, so I feel no added pain, okay? Like, it feels like I didn't even shoot today. The undersling was great, but it did make everything more clunky. So when I don't need the undersling, I won't use it. I don't feel like it makes my shots much smoother, but it does make holding the camera at a low angle a lot easier, which is helpful because the camera's pretty heavy. I can't hold it at a low angle too long. But with this, I can hold it as long as I want. I like it. It's honestly just weird having a bunch of metal strapped to your body. But I feel no pain. So I guess if I can get used to this little extra clunkiness, then, you know, I mean, that's the whole point. Save your back, right? We have a quick turnaround to do for this video. So using this speed editor, I'm going to fly through the B-roll tonight, pick my selects, and throw them into the timeline. I already have an audio, I already have a song figured out, and we already have the closing graphic ready. And then we have a social media version of it too, which I had to edit the graphic to make it work for social. But I'm not going to worry about the social first. I'm going to make the, tonight we're just going to fill this out with B-roll. And then tomorrow we're going to do the interview, and that interview will dictate this B-roll even more. I'll definitely have to make some changes, but at least this will give me a good starting point. After about 2 hours, we have the beginnings of this video. Establishing shot, people walking in, getting their biz bucks, interacting with kids, spending them on things. So we've got different sequences to work with and different key people. And I think this will be a good starting point. Also, we got all our testimonials done. I just put them into one long file and adjusted the audio. I think they turned out good. And these testimonials were a bonus anyways, so we didn't really have a specific purpose. It was just like, we have these key people here, let's grab testimonials and maybe you can use them later. So I rendered that up and that's gonna upload. I'll send that to them tomorrow morning. So the next day, my back feels great. I don't feel any pain in my shoulder or lower back. I didn't feel any at the end of the day. And I don't feel any now. Any from the shoot. I have a little bit of lower back pain from a workout I did where I was working my lower back, but no pain from the shoot. Now for comparison, guys, the last shoot I did, that was shoulder mounted, it was about 2-3 hours long. Immediately when I got in my car, my shoulder was aching. And then the shoot I did before that, my lower spine and my shoulder were aching for a few days. And that was a long day. But comparing that to this, where I don't feel anything, that's pretty cool. Let's head in.
We could have done kept one of the banners,
Oh yeah?
but I didn't even think about it.
Oh, have like a banner behind you?
Yeah.
Hmm.
We could put something on the screen, but.
Can you reach? Carla! Can you reach?
Specific like packaging or, all kinds of stuff. So, yeah.
You get footage of him balancing that dragonfly on his head for like an hour?
What?
Oh yeah.
He bought.
I thought that went well. I'm gonna take this home and we're gonna start editing right away. We've got the interview narrowed down to 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Now it's time for us to fill it out with B-roll. It's 11:24. Been working on editing for 5 hours today. And we just finished the first cut. It goes with everything she's talking about and ends with some nice interview clips. So I'm uploading it right now. It still needs to be fine-tuned. The colors need to be tuned. The audio needs to be refined. But I want to just take this and send it to them and get their feedback. Wait a second, I think I said I was editing for 4 hours. But looking at my schedule, I've been editing for 7 hours today. That feels about right. All right, I'm gonna go to sleep. It's a new day. We're back at the editing booth. Got some fresh coffee. And we had just gone for a walk with Magnolia. And we got some feedback. Because we sent the video off last night, the team had a chance to watch it yesterday, or this morning, and give a bunch of feedback, which is super helpful because that tells me the direction of the video they want to go. Now, this looks like a ton of feedback, and it kind of is, but it's just very well articulated feedback and something I can really work with. For example, she talks about different shots that she likes, how she would like the color grade to be, like she likes more of a saturated look, and different verbiage about the event and about the organization that they would like to include, which is super helpful to me because the video is already longer than I was planning for it to be. So for her to come to me and say, hey, add in this and this, it's telling me, okay, it's okay to make the video longer. We want more information in it. So that's really helpful because I had clips lined up that were good, but I cut them because the video was getting too long. So this gives me a ton of direction, and I'm going to immediately follow all of this feedback, and I think this video is going to be in a really good place very soon. The client wanted real poppy and vibrant colors, so we're getting them vibrant colors. All right, the first full render is completely done. That took me an additional 11, 12, 1, 2, 4 hours today. So on top of that, 4 hours to make the changes they requested, plus a few changes that I wanted to make. Now it's time to make a social media version of it, and then also get all the files uploaded and organized and get that sent over to them. Okay, it's a little bit later, dark out now, and we finished the social media version. It had to be 45 seconds because that's what we agreed to for this video. So that creative limitation was very helpful. Now I'm gonna pass this off to the client, but it's 5:30 and it's been a bit over 24 hours, but we're able to successfully deliver come on, there it is, 2 full videos and all of our raw footage. So there we go. Sure, the client's gonna come back to me with some tweaks and changes that they want, but it shouldn't be a big deal, and I should be able to make those on Monday, and then they could get this out on their newsletter on Tuesday. So I'm pretty happy with that. Thanks for joining me on this little journey of us doing this thing. I know it started with me talking about the Ergo rig and just wanted to try it out. And while we're on the topic of the Ergo rig, feedback on my shots, I gotta say a lot of my shots were shaky. The Ergo rig the undersling really does not stabilize your shots too much. It stabilizes it a bit more than handheld, but not too much. So I had to use quite a bit of stabilization when I was using the 70 to 200 lens. On the lens that's basically a 24 to 70 is no problem, but on the 70 to 200 style lens, that one needed a lot of stabilization. I like the Ergo rig. Just check it out if you have a big camera and you're struggling with back pain, because that's what I have been doing. Anyways, thanks for joining me for this video and hanging out today. This channel is all about connecting with new people and making new friendships. So if you'd like to connect with me and you also work in the film industry and you live in the Bay Area, I'd love to connect with you. Send me a message on Instagram and we can grab a coffee. And if you'd like to work with me on a project, here's my website. You can take a look at my work and see what it looks like. Maybe we could do something together. All right. You have a good one. I'll see ya. Bye.